reached the
Good morning. It's afternoon now, but well, I slept in because I've been very busy. Sorry, I missed you. I've been realizing lately that I'm more of a mixed media kind of person than I am a bead weaver, even though I love bead weaving, but there are so many fun and interesting materials out there that it's impossible for me to simply focus on beads. So I experiment with lots of things. And what I've been playing with the past week I don't think it's anything new. I didn't research it, but it was something that I wanted to try, and it came out pretty nice. There are so many different kinds of fun and interesting yarns, and they're so inexpensive. I got this skein for less than $4 at just a discount department store that has a little craft section, sewing and knitting section, and it's so pretty. I really loved it, and I got this one, and I got one, let me take this off, this fluffy ribbon stuff, again less than $4, and I wanted to see about not weaving, but threading beads onto this yarn to make a pretty fall themed necklace, and it worked out better than I expected. It's so nice. It's just pretty and different, and it looks really cozy and like fire. I love it. Then with the other, this purpley green, I made a little bracelet. Very comfortable. Super easy. It looks really cute on. This is something you think even probably younger children can do. Not super young, maybe, I don't know, 11, 12, something like that. They may need your help. And you're going to need a wire, a length of wire, just scrap wire. It doesn't have to be this long, you know, just several inches. And you bend it into a little hook at one end. And this is what you're going to need to thread your beads on. The beads, you're going to need something with a very large hole, like a pony or a crow. These are plastic. The color, I couldn't find the color I actually wanted, but this was pretty close. Got them at Michael's for a couple of bucks. Real cheap. Plastic beads are very, very cheap. And you're going to need some art wire. They come in lots of colors. I just bought silver because it's so neutral. And all you do, oh, Misty, stick around because I have a solution to your Dutch spiral problem. I think, I hope. Something you can try anyway. Anyway, take your yarn, and these come in so many colors and so many textures, and oh, beautiful. I had a hard time making up my mind. You want to cut it to a length that will fit around your wrist, but that you can trim off. You know, just loop it around, maybe 8 inches. Give yourself several loops. I went for like 6. Okay, so here you are, 6. Here's the tail. I'm going to snip it off. And then you want to keep it really tight, and you can use a string or rubber band or something to keep this together at this end. I'm just going to wire. Oh, I should have brought some string in here. That's what I did before. Tied it with string at this end to keep these end all together. Do as I say, not as I do. The wire comes in later. Alright. And then on the other end, just snip your loops. I'm shedding. Snip your loops and try to keep the strands an even length. If they aren't, that's okay. You're going to go back and trim this all, give it a really nice haircut when you're all done. For your beads, to get them on there, take your wire, the little hook part, gather all this stuff together as best you can, and there, and hook it in there. Try not to have a whole lot of strays. Just hook it in there. Let me pull this in a little bit. So the end is stuck on here, on that hook of the wire. Whoops. Come on now. There. Alright, here's the end. Put a bead on the end of the wire. It's like a, you know, like a little needle, and it all came off, of course. Gather it all up. Hook it all on there. As much of it as you can. So it's all on the end of your hook. Then you want to put a bead, string a bead onto the wire. I'm afraid not to let it go. Alright, it's on the wire. Pull it over and pull it on, like that. You can put as many on or as few as you want. And it came off again. Anyway, you're going to do that. You're going to put all your beads on with that wire that you made, little hook you made. And when you're through, I need my wire cutters. When all your beads are on, you're going to do the same thing on the other end, which would be tied with string that you can cut off. Okay? Gather all the ends together as best you can. Take your artist wire and shove it up through the middle of all this mess. So you have, I don't know, a couple of inches sticking out of there. And then wrap, 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 wrap. Whoops. Oh, come on. It worked perfectly until I could make a video. No, it's not. Cut. And the wire. Stick it up through, gently, gently through the fibers. So you have a couple inches sticking out of there. Then wrap tightly, 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 several times. And cut the rest off. Oops, come on. Squish the end in there. There's nothing sticking out. Then give it a haircut. Trim all this off. And I found some huge bead caps at Michael's. They came in a package of 3 different kinds, and these great big ones were in there. They had all different colors, and I thought that looks about the right size. That'll probably work. Take this bead cap, spread it out a little bit, open it up, oops, thread that wire that's sticking out through there and cover that ball of mess that you made from the haircut. Okay. And then you can make your loops. Make your loops from this end, attach your finding, and you're done. And you have, where did it go? My little bracelet. Right here. You have this. It was really easy and a lot of fun, and I think it's cute. I like it. You could probably get super elaborate and maybe do some braiding or weaving. I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of fun. I love texture and I love color and all of that. So that's that. I've been so busy and gone, I've got a million things to do. I apologize if this is short. Now, Misty wrote to me and said that she was having trouble with Dutch spiral, and I know exactly what she's talking about. She started her Dutch spiral like this one here. This one is it starts with 11 beads. The span is 5 beads, and she couldn't get any curvature. Look at my other one. She wasn't getting any deep groove. Okay, she used 11s and 8s, which is fine. The thing is, when you use regular size, there's not enough space as a jumping point with just 11s and 8s. You need something bigger. That's been my experience. Like, for example, this one I was just fooling around. It's just a sample. I use 6s and 11s, and this is that deep, deep, deep curvature that you want, that she was wanting. This one too, I don't know what I did different. It's a lot more flexible, but it's with 6s and 11s. Then I was fooling around with 15s and 11s, and I discovered if I added 2 11s instead of just 1, I would get that deep curvature. So, I was fooling around with it again for her. I thought that worked. And you can see here, I'm not getting any curvature. This is just with 11s and 8s in a span of 5. And then I worked up to a span of 8, and it still isn't getting that deep cut in the curve right here. Then I started adding 2 8s right here, and it's a mess. See how messy it is right there? It's just not even. Too much space. It was just clumping together, and I couldn't get a nice flat curve, a nice smooth curve as I worked. So I abandoned that. Here, I started using just 2 11s. No 8s. The black beads are my jumping off point, and these are just 11s. I use 2 11s instead of 1 8 or 2 8s. And I gave it just enough space that I could get a nice deep curve. And it's a lot cleaner than trying to use 2 8s, which was a mess. Terrible. So if you don't have any 6s, or you don't want to use 6s, try using 2 11s in the color, of your jump off, or whatever that's called right there, that rib. 2 11s worked really well. Try it. Try adding 2 beads instead of 1. 2 bigger beads instead of 1, or 2 of the rib beads instead of 1. This one was turning out really well. It was just an experiment to see if I could add 2 beads instead of 1, and I could. And it worked really well with 15s and 11s. So I hope that helps. Let me know how it works. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back next week. Please, cross my fingers. I'm sorry. I have a job that is very demanding, and I like my job. I don't like that it takes me away from other things that I enjoy in my life. So have a great week. Stay happy. Stay inspired. Be productive. And your life belongs to you. Bye.